Hey guys, welcome to the Stockpot, the SP, because we're your highest rarity in Weiss content. We are Soup for the Soul Sign. It has been a hot minute since we've gotten back together for this. So how's everyone doing?
Doing all right, though. Granted, I'm as much as I hated the hot summer weather, I'm now officially done with the cold winter weather, so I'm ready for the spring again.
I think you just want like a 1 month season then.
Yes, I do.
I don't think that can exist. You're in New Jersey. It goes from 70 degrees to 80 degrees to 90 degrees to 20 degrees, back to 70 degrees, back to 30 degrees.
All on the same day.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we've been dealing with.
How are you, Alejandro and Jason?
I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
Jason?
We're doing well. We're doing well.
So we have a lot to talk about. BCS season did just wrap up. But before we get to that, I got some things for you guys.
Wait, no, you did. Stop,
This
Jake.
is
No,
for
you,
Jason.
Jake.
Oh God.
No, you didn't.
This is for me.
That's for
Oh,
you.
you got yourself something.
Yeah, oh yeah,
okay.
of course. This is for Brandon.
This is definitely a 4-pack of Red Bull.
That would be
This
fun.
is
This is-
for
This is
Alejandro.
definitely a God.
Why Alejandro get the
I
biggest
can't.
one?
Why is mine the biggest?
It just happened to be. Go ahead, open them up.
Mine's definitely a 4-pack of Red Bull.
I'm gonna open mine up.
Oh.
Jake.
Oh.
All right, just to let everyone else know, this was completely unplanned. I've no.
Oh.
What do you?
Mine was a 4. Mine really was a 4-pack of Red Bull. Oh, mine is the best one by far.
Actually, probably. Hold on. What did you get?
Fruit snacks.
Oh my god.
Yeah. When is Fillion coming to Weiss?
I
So-
got butter nutter. Oh my god.
So I got a 12-pack of Rice Krispie treats.
Oh my god. Wait, that's
Alejandro
great.
got a 40-pack of Welch's Fruit Snacks.
That's actually insane.
And Brandon got a 12-pack of Nutter Butters, and Jason got a 4-pack of Red Bulls, which he is trying to cram into the fridge right now. It's okay, buddy. The door closes when there's nothing in the way.
Yep. Good job. I believe in you.
Oh well. Now I'd be energized for the next 7 years.
So, like, all week I've been asking people, like, what's their, like, favorite nostalgic treat?
Oh, wait a minute. That was the reason.
Pretty much.
Oh my god.
I knew that he
okay.
wanted. I knew that he wanted fruit snacks for a fact because he loves fruit snacks.
I do get them a lot.
I love Rice Krispie treats because this was like my favorite thing growing up at the school table.
Mhm.
I asked you. You gave me like 6 answers.
I did. That's actually my bad.
Oh, you made it in the Hoagie Haven bag.
And so, but then I remembered. I was just like, wait, you love Nutter Butters though.
Listen, man, I just like peanut butter.
Yeah, peanut butter's great.
I didn't have a nostalgic snack, so I have a caffeine addiction. So
Jason-
he got me a 4-pack of Red Bull.
Yeah, Jason didn't give me an answer, so I just fed into his dependency on Red Bull.
Caffeine
No.
specifically.
And,
I like the taste of Red Bull, but it's really for the caffeine.
Ah.
And so I got him that. And now Hunter's already tearing into his fruit snacks, trying not to create static in the mic, which I appreciate.
He's so happy right
Yeah.
now.
Now that we got
Well,
snackies, we can talk about BCS.
Who wants to talk about BCS? Hello.
Yeah, Alejandro does not need to talk about anything anymore. He's got his fruit snacks.
He got fruit snacks
Fruit
for like
snacks.
it's a 40-pack, so what, like next week?
At least.
so I'm sure he'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
But all right, fine. Let's talk about BCS. We just Anaheim just wrapped up.
Anaheim did wrap up with some surprising results with the post-ban.
No.
But first it was the French that had the first one
Oh, man.
post-ban, because we have missed a few.
Yeah, there was a few that we missed because
It was France.
so it was France.
It was France.
So in France,
And Australia.
so we are going to bullet off these as in a pretty fast manner. So it started with Melbourne then.
Yes.
So in Melbourne, we had in 5th through 8th place Hololive with a marine flavor. I'm assuming it was the door. It was the door one.
Yeah,
Someone
believe.
please confirm these because I'm just kind of going through them pretty fast.
Yep.
We're finding all these on Weiss Tea Time. We could not find most of this data without them. Thank you very much, Weiss Tea Time.
Yes. It was so. Yeah. So we have Marine Door, and then it was another Marine, but with the Suicide level 3 package from set 2. We had another
It's-
Tofazula.
Is the door for Marine Chloe?
No,
Oh.
it was Kanata Marine.
It was Kanata Marine.
Oh, okay.
Chloe Marine was not here yet. We had a Tofazula, the standby bar package.
Mm-hmm,
And then the 3 standby quintessential quintuplets,
Mm-hmm.
which is the Nino package, using both combos, using all 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this seemed like standard-ish. Like the fact that
Oh, that's Mexico. That's Mexico. That's November 12th. That's Mexico.
Are you looking at Mexico?
We
No,
said
I'm
Melbourne.
looking at Melbourne, Australia.
Yeah, I'm also looking at Melbourne, Australia. Why are you looking at Mexico?
No, I thought you were reading Mexico.
No.
Oh, that's in 5th through 8th.
Yeah,
I'm
5th
just
through
on the
8th.
wrong
That's
one.
what we started with 5th through 8th.
I'm just on the wrong one.
All right.
Jake,
so regardless
do you
of
need
Jake,
some fruit snacks?
No, I don't
Then
need
in
fruit
fourth
Hey,
place,
hold up.
we
Those are
had
mine, dude.
an Ozkigura show up in the top 8. Third place was an Overlord Door Bar. And then second place was Escanor, the Stock Soul Escanor. First place was another Murin.
Wow, who would have
Slime
thought?
is still winning,
It first
regardless
placed-
of the ban.
It first placed the first resultable event after the ban list
So
went in.
now we go
enact.
over to another. We go over to Singapore, which happened that same weekend. 5th through 8th, we had Atlanta,
Yeah.
or otherwise known as Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah,
Mhm.
thanks.
Yep,
Nice.
mhm,
8th
mhm.
standby.
Atlanta.
Good save, good
Okay.
save,
Oh.
good save.
Overlord Door Bar. I know what I said. Trust me.
I'm sure you do.
Hololive 8th standby, and then a Hololive Ozkigura. Starting at 4th, we had a Kanata Marine. Third place was Milam Murin. Slime is another top 8.
But this one with
Post-
the door gnome
Post
from South
ban
3.
still.
Yep.
Second place was not Avatar.
Adventure Time.
Adventure Time.
Mm-hmm.
And then first place was the 8th door Itsuki.
Yeah.
So-
So
That was only so now let's so Melbourne was 57 and Singapore was 79. So still pretty low outcome. So another low outcome, which was 61 players. We're moving on to France. Through 5th through 8th, Urine is there again, but with the Lunar New Year 2 Soul.
Let's go Two
So real.
Souls.
Hololive
Jake's investment is going to pay off one day.
One day.
Morigura, 8 standby Quince, Avatar Last Sandbar, Toph and Azula. Rounding that out, and then 4th place Ozkigura, seeing again. Azure Lane, Pants with 2 bar, which I believe uses the 2-1 bar, and then the
it should be the 0-0, right? Or is it the 3-2?
let me see, it's the 3-2 bar, the childlike bar,
It's
okay.
the 3-2 and the 0.
and then the 0. But they only played one of the finishing.
Okay.
Another bar standby Avatar, and then Ozki Polka Hololive, so 8 standby. Still low outcome. We go on to another low outcome one, which we have of Cardiff in the UK. We had 88 players here. I'm gonna just start from 8th place and go upward. We had Hendrickson, so a different 7 Deadly Sins, not Escanor this time.
Yeah, I think that's the first
with,
Henderson we see?
with Elizabeth, so 2 Soul Pants. AOT, remember the last time we saw an AOT deck?
Shout out to our good friend Tucker.
Win Choice. So that's the Aaron level 1.
Which
The Aaron level 1. GGO, 8 door.
That's wild.
actually wild.
That's absolutely
let's
wild.
Go.
Hololive, which is a Coroni Marine 2 soul. Let's just double check. I think the top end was Marine, and they were just playing a 2 soul for extra damage.
It looks like they were playing a 1 of Lunar New Year.
Yeah, well,
See,
classic. The
Lunar New Year
Lunar
stocks
Year
going
really,
up.
I mean, getting hit with 2 soul randomly doesn't
It
really
hurts.
suck.
It hurts, and it makes you be able to decide.
That's true.
I agree. 8 standby Hololive. A Data Live Choice Pants. An Avatar standby bar. And then a first place Chloe Marine. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
There's that 8
door
Hololive.
Hololive.
Marine is still here. Now we go on to the big tournament.
The
in
North American ones.
North American one. So it was 141 players in Georgia.
It would have been 144. Actually, no, like 146.
Yeah, well, we didn't go.
But unfortunately, our
It
plans
was
got stipend to go
A
to
lot
Georgia.
of people were there, and we had a really big, good decks we saw here. We weren't really expecting to really see as much.
Mhm.
So starting from 8th place, we had Ozkigura. Then we went into Review Starlight, Standby Door,
Yeah, first actual showing of this deck.
a Data Live 8 book. So that's the Toka level 1 and the Toka level 3.
Based.
Azure Lane Bar Door, and then in 4th place another Bar Door for Azure Lane. Overlord makes a 3rd place. At Adventure Time, the Standby Choice. And then first place, Slime is doing it again. Standby Murin.
Best to ever do it.
And now the last tournament we will just list off the rankings was California. This had 282 players.
This was an insane
it
turnout.
was a really big tournament.
Really close to getting split into groups.
Yeah.
Really close.
Very close. So starting from the bottom, we had Azure Lane top again at 8th place, but with 8 bar this time.
Mhm.
Another Review Starlight being Choice Pants, a Quince 8 door, And then we see Slime, 2 Soul Murin again. So the Lunar Year is back. In 4th place, another Murin, Standby Murin, which has been the probably the more popular of the decks so far since the ban. Chloe Marine in 3rd place. 2nd place was a Standby Murin. And then 1st place was Hendrickson from 7 Deadly Sins.
Let's
The actual
go.
goat for getting finally just sticking it to Murin.
I wouldn't have thought that Hendrickson would have been the more dangerous deck from 7 Deadly Sins this entire time. But it's been putting in results purely for the fact that it can end the game from those earlier numbers.
Yeah, it can deal 4, which is the problem that Escanor has. Escanor cannot confirm kill you at 2/5.
Escanor has a very finite cap on the amount of damage that he can do. Hendrickson has a cap, but it's a much larger cap.
You look at Escanor at level 3 and you're like, oh, I'm dead.
Mm-hmm.
Because he hits for 5. You take 5 instances of 1. You
and
don't
then
cancel.
the other one. But Hendrickson has proven it's just like if my opponent's at 2/4, 2/5, those
can
mid
just-
twos,
you
those
can
deal
get
4s are really dangerous.
2/4s can
And it
really
has
do it.
been very like much a surprise to see, just this big damage meta move on to a set that was more known for like the finite and precise damage, like
Mhm.
Escanor. And then they just go, wait a second, Elizabeth is really good on her own. Why don't we just get a more big, swingy, powerful finisher? Which is why, like, I think Hendrickson has started to prevail, because 7 Deadly Sins, when set 1 came out, proved to be a very powerful set with the level 0 package. Past that, we didn't have much. Now set 2 has come out. It's flushed out the rest of that level 0 package. And Hendrickson, it also came out in set.
It came out in set 1.
It's
Yeah,
in
set
set 1,
Mhm.
but it needed the rest of that flushing out
Elizabeth
through, like,
is the best
Elizabeth,
hero
like
ever.
Elizabeth, for us to be able to exploit a lot of what 7 Deadly Sins has to offer now.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So the biggest part about everything that so far happened, yes, we could go over the tops and talk about everything, but that's not what we're here to talk about.
We've
Like,
talked about these decks multiple
times.
times.
So what we're really here to talk about is, so we had a ban list, and the ban list seemed to have actually made a lot of things. We're actually seeing a lot more different decks that came out. The Chloe Marine Hololive deck. We are seeing Adventure Time back in action. We are seeing Review Starlight get some tops. We are seeing Azure Lane get some tops because the ban list did affect the Alice deck. Alice is no longer there, the big bad monster to stop her on reverse combos, to stop her 7Ks from
Yep.
just living,
Yep.
is gone. We no longer have to suicide our boards into these 2/1 yellow-haired girls. And
There's
we can now succeed in life.
there's a big old goose egg next to the amount of Alice tops post ban.
But there is one thing that we thought was solved, but is still a problem to this day, it looks like, and that is going to be
I mean, I said it
slime.
didn't get
Well,
solved.
yeah, I mean, a lot of people would say that
I
wasn't
mean,
it.
Seeing,
Mhm.
I mean, I don't think it's as problematic as it was when it was the 8 pants version. 8 pants was super problematic. The problem is now you're playing with the level 1 standby combo, which is it basically nets you 2 stock for free.
It's a free twin drive.
You can the level 2 you hit off of that is just a Murin. If you hit that, you pay 1 less stock. And I mean, the one thing that standby always had a problem with in any standby deck you basically played was that eventually you ran out of hand resources because you played for board. But now you're playing this Murin combo, which is a free search 3 that thins out your deck, and then you could hit a standby, hit out your Benimarus, hit out your Millums, hit out things that you could just have on board. You could just gain board presence, gain cards. It is crazy to still see Murin as topping. I would not say it's as aggressive because it is getting beat out more though, compared to before, where it was a lot of just first place.
Mhm.
I know the Standby Murin did take a first place, but we're still seeing Standby Murin in tops. We're seeing 2 sold Murons. Murin's still going to be a thing. It's
Mhm.
still dangerous, but I think the format is becoming healthier.
It shows with the slime, like the slime deck, that just like no matter kind of what happens with it, the resiliency of slime is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So we're going to continue to see slime decks, no matter kind of what they do, because there's 15 different slime decks that they could build. So we're just kind of looking at what we have left with slime and kind of what's being given to slime, and the fact that we still have the entire level 0 package is intact.
Mhm.
The 2/1 Shuno with the Brainstormer is intact. The fact that we have all of that still is kind of huge.
Absolutely.
So standby discounts the deck actually, by letting you play those 2-1s earlier, by letting you have your board presence earlier. Because those the 1-0 Rimuru, the one that twin drives on standby, isn't that big. But then when you play your standby, if you happen to have the Brainstormer and you happen to have a Shuna in your waiting room, you just bring back your Shuna. It gets big then. And then not only that, it gets hexproof, and you can standby over it if you hit another standby, and then you're just saving on your Mirren equity. On top of that, you have 6 stock going into your next turn. So, yes, the deck has to quote-unquote try harder, but past that, it doesn't have to do much beyond its normal game plan.
Yeah, I was actually going to make a point of that, about the fact that because ideally your big power plays are level 1, level 2, sure, you play your standby on level 1, that just means you get to your back row and your Mirrens that much sooner. Like,
If you hit.
if you hit, obviously, yeah. So, like, sure.
Well, you're guaranteed at least 1/2/1 to come out early if you have your standby on level 1.
Yeah, like, ideally, if the game plan goes the way you want it to, you're going to get at least one of your 2-1s early. So, like, compared to pre-ban list, where you want to be playing your Shizus and you want to be getting your big combos, so you get all your card advantage, and you start thinning out your deck and compressing, you trade that away for just hitting your mid game faster, which
I agree with that.
which could honestly be worse, like, for the metagame as a whole.
I don't think it's worse.
Okay.
Because personally, the Shizu can dig up to 9 cards if you have 3 of them. This one only digs 2, and they're guaranteed locked in your stock. They're not 2 of them in waiting room, 1 of them to stock.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it's still very powerful.
It's also like, versus you milling 2 climaxes, you could just trigger 2 off the twin drive.
Oh yeah.
And you just have now your stock's flooded with, and you have to worry about paying through your stock.
But now you're seeing
But
with
you-
these decks, with these slime decks, they're not even confined to standby.
Oh,
You-
Oh no.
You can play the 2 soul, and this person obviously showed that they can result with 2 souls at 5 through 8.
I mean, when
in
you
a
just- when you-
282 person event.
when you just take a 2 soul, you can just lose.
Yeah.
Very true.
Like
Okay.
Arifureta has very much shown,
I have
proven
proven
that.
That, listen, my rule is you got to cancel your 4s or you're a bad player.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't cancel your 4s, you lose the game.
I'm a horrible player then by that metric.
No.
Hendrickson wins because guess what? They couldn't cancel their 4s.
Yeah, that's fair.
They can't cancel their 4s.
Got a point.
That's fair. Now, granted, these slime decks now are more put on an even playing field where they have to play a 50-card deck. They can't play a 48-card deck, 47-card deck, 46-card deck, because the Shizus aren't going away forever.
Right.
But they are still maintaining a lot of value through stock, a lot of value through hand, and so this isn't the most. I don't think this is the most ideal outcome for what Bushiroad wanted with this ban list. But Slime's not in the ground. A lot of Slime players are still very happy about that.
Mhm.
And then on top of that, it looks like it's kind of left another pathway for Weiss players to go.
I think this is probably actually what Bushiroad wanted. Like, Murin players can still play Murin. Other Weiss players that don't play Murin can play the game because that blonde-haired girl is not in our way anymore.
Yeah, that is
Because if you're worried about swinging into a Murin on level 2, you were going to have that issue regardless because your opponent's on level 2. He's playing early plays. You're going to be playing against things that you have to crash into, possibly.
Mhm.
If they play their Murons at the right level, oh well. I mean, I think we're in a better spot. I mean, we're still seeing Muron, but I mean, Muron's a good card. But now you're seeing the Adventure Times, you're seeing the Hendricksons, you're seeing the Azure Lanes come out because again, that gatekeeping deck is not there anymore.
Yeah, I honestly I really like it that Alice isn't checking you at the door.
No.
Because it really feels like we can actively explore again.
Yeah. And when you're
Um,
playing Arifureta like I am, you weren't beating over Alice regardless. Now it's a little bit better because you can side into level 1s versus level 2s.
But with that, because of all of the data that Weiss Tea Time has supplied and some effort by Brandon, we have some very interesting things to go over post ban, and just in general.
Yep.
So I'm going to hand it off to you, Brandon.
All right. So for the global meta results, so this is including everything. So North America, Europe, the
Pacific Asia.
the Pacific Asia, all of it. So the highest amount of percentage results is tied between Slime and Hololive at about 19.7%.
Both with 30 and 29 showings in the overall results for the world.
Yeah, which is like that's like a very decent number.
This is out of 152 total like slots.
Yeah, so like that's pretty significant. And then we'll start breaking this down further later. So the next highest would be Sword Art at 15.8%, but we're going to have to go into that post ban list.
That is every result November 21st and older.
Yes.
Because there's no results for that. The fact that there's 24 results still for that set with no events past the 24th is kind of insane because that was 4 events that it missed.
Oh, yeah, which like isn't a lot, but the fact that it is a still significant amount and it just completely dropped off is insane to me.
Mhm.
The next highest showing is Quince at 9.2%. So this includes Nino, Itsuki, and Ichika across the board. And then the one after that is Avatar: Last Airbender at 7.2%, where I believe like 90% of it was just the Toph Azula bar standby deck. And then,
Some sort of bar standby combination, or if there was an 8 standby out there, I don't think there was.
yeah.
I think like a lot of people were just like they need some sort of value to be gained, and every deck in that format just kind of didn't. Every like climax combo in that format for Avatar at least at the low levels doesn't really accrue it, except for Toph. It's just not the greatest because you still have to pitch for it, and it's just a 1 cigarettes instead of a 2. So
Yeah, exactly. Like plus like you had to play greens, you had to be able to play the stock swap. You usually play your Sukis because they're your clock swappers. So like all of your good utilities usually in green. You have to, and obviously you play Avatar because you want to play the Sokka.
it's all Sokka. It is all
Sokka.
ran by Sokka.
So the fact that like even though the set overall is fairly weak compared to the others, it still had like a decent showing. Especially, I think the best it's done. It's had like 2 second places, something like that. It's
Yeah, 1 or 2 second places. It's done well for being a newer set with quote unquote an underpowered package.
yeah, exactly.
That being said, could it be doing better? Yeah, of course. Could the Yang finisher do a little bit more? Honestly, if it was less RNG dependent, yes.
Like,
Could you swing for 17,000 with a Sokka and a 2 soul? Yes, but like I think, that deck does have a lot of room to grow. Not a lot of people are trying to help it grow though.
Yeah, which is understandable, especially when you have these decks like Slime or SAO before the ban list or Hololive. Like these sets have a lot of cards for you to play with.
Well, on top of that, there's just so many options now in Weiss. Like you can like now with like more than ever, you have Avatar come out, but within after Avatar came out within the last 6 months, we've had 7-8 sets come out or something like that.
Yeah, because I think it's basically been at least 1 set per month, right?
Yeah, if not 2 sets.
After Avatar, it was like
it was
like,
Hololive.
Well, after Avatar, it was like 2 sets a month for like 2 months. After that, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds
up
right.
until like September, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, like August and September both had 2 sets.
And then after that, it was
Like 1 set a month.
1 set. So it was like Azure Lane, and then Arifureta, and then now Guilty
Guilty
Gear,
Gear.
but we don't have results for that, of course, because just
Guilty
came
Gear
out.
has not been legal for an event.
just came out.
Exactly.
Maybe in Worlds.
I'm hoping. I want to see that deck
Mhm.
thrive.
I think somebody will take it to Worlds.
There's a lot of people trying it. I just don't know if anyone's gonna see what they want out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks cool. Looks interesting.
Now, there's a lot of like crackheads out there who definitely have qualified for Worlds who are going to try Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
7 Deadly Sins when it came out, it showed up in Worlds almost immediately.
Oh yeah, and the fact
So-
that it's 3rd and 4th, I was like, oh okay.
So we'll definitely we're anticipating to see where Guilty Gear lands on this. But
Mhm.
after Avatar: The Last Airbender, it was 7 Deadly Sins.
Yes, so not surprising because we knew that it was going to be weaker because of the original ban list, and then even with like the quote unquote updated ban list where they kind of fixed it, we also kind of figured like okay, maybe not going to be the best still because Hololive just by popularity's sake, Hololive, Slime, Quince, like we knew that more people were going to be playing these sets anyway.
Unless you're a big 7 Deadly Sins fan, this is never anyone's go-to, honestly.
Yeah, like the way the deck plays is very, for lack of a better way of putting it, very brain off. You just slam your stock souls, you have a very aggressive early game, and then you just try and push your opponent to the point where like, okay, can my finisher kill you at this exact moment, yes or no? Then like it's whatever. But then we have a fairly distributed spread after that. So we have Overlord at 4.6%. We have Azure at 3.3%, which is actually surprising for the fact that it like pretty much just came out, but then it had like really good showings for.
Yeah, Azure Lane though has been very tested.
That's true.
What the surprising thing for me is how low Overlord is.
Yes. So, and like, so granted, I feel like Overlord has done better overseas, not so much in North America. But even then, I think the highest we've really seen is like
It's
four,
like a fourth or third, I think, like that.
which like everyone thought this was gonna be the biggest boogeyman when it first came out.
Well, I mean, we're starting to see it more.
That's true. We are seeing it more now.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see it then, but we're starting to see it now.
It's gonna start. I'm just about to bust out of his tomb and just like destroy all of us soon.
Please no.
Like once like we get like an Overlord, like an absolutely insane Overlord player who can fight any matchup. I think it's just like the deck discipline of that deck is insane.
I see. Yeah, that's a good point because I feel like we talked about it earlier where we figured that it would have a slower start because the deck is so hard to play.
This is not a deck that you can play for like a few days and say, okay, I'm ready with this deck. I think that it takes time. You need to know the nuances. You need to know your windows when you are going to do things. Because like, do I Shoutina now? Do I want a Time Machine instead? Do I want to draw cards? Do I want to try to get this value or XYZ? There's a lot going on with that deck. Even though it is just almost entirely just 4-ofs.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
There's a lot going on with that deck. I very much like that deck. I'm terrified whenever I sit across from it, but then I remember sometimes Overlord just dies.
Yeah,
so
listen, I will still never forget the second time I ever played against that deck. I just hit them from 0-6 to like 2-1. I'm like, oh, okay. Like I think I rushed them enough that they're not gonna have all the resources, and then it's just like knowing like okay, like they hit level 2, that is the threshold. Do they have the Ions combo or not? And then just trying going from there.
It is a very scary deck. I will admit it's a very scary deck. That event is really good. The event's really good. Everything about the deck kind of future proofs itself. The fact that it's unrestricted in English is also another very good thing for the deck. They said they're watching out for it, but I don't think they're going to take any action until it actually shows itself as being a menace in the format.
Yeah,
I can see it being like one of those carry decks in teams for Springfest. But I'm still surprised that out of 152 spots, that Overlord was only 7 of them. I thought it would at least hit double digits.
Yeah, like that is actually the surprising part.
It did miss 2 events or something, one or 2 events because its release date. But other than that, I'm very surprised about that.
Yeah.
And then after that, we have a lot of sprinklings of things. We have Data Live, AOT, Adventure Time, Bang Dream, Danmachi, Kaguya, Review, GGO, Grisaya, Konosuba. Thank you, Australia. Psychono and Tokyo Revengers, all coming in at 4 or less decks, rounding out the rest of this pie chart that we have.
Yeah, so really, once you get past the first, 6-ish decks, then it's basically a free-for-all.
Yeah. Once you get past anything that has really a double-digit showing, so Avatar and up, all, you can kind of expect. Everything below that is kind of a free-for-all for, in, like, wildness.
Yeah.
Like, 7 Deadly Sins you could maybe bring up to that, maybe with, along with, like, Overlord, but everything under that is, like, insane. Like, Azure Lane we do expect some amount of.
Yeah.
We don't know how many, though, and so I think this is a good showing of, like, how many we've seen in, 5 tournaments since it's legal?
Yeah, I guess it's only, yeah.
So,
Wow.
like, maybe 1 top 8 per tournament or something. That there was a weird tournament where 2 of them top 8'd. But it's... Weiss is healing, guys.
That's an interesting way of putting it, but yeah. Maybe. It's healing in a way. So,
I mean, we're finally, past like Alice, right?
Yeah.
yes.
Something that everybody's been complaining about since Springfest.
God. Really, since the beginning of the year, people have been complaining about it.
Yep.
So, it's good to see that, Bushy finally, let us move past that.
Mm-hmm.
We're currently looking at Slime now, but I mean, I feel like that one's more manageable.
That one's a lot more manageable in my opinion, but that could be my very biased, like, personality speaking.
Not biased in the slightest.
But I mean, the results. They're I mean, for a lot of like the lower percentage ones, they're interesting, right? Some of those decks you don't expect to see, and then you see like the one random like Konosuba or like GGO, right? Like
I love international
like that's
events.
that's super cool.
I
Like
love
that,
I love non-North American events because they usually bring out these weirdest events because they're 60-person events.
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of them are playing against people like they know, right?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like for some of them, it might as well have been locals.
Yeah, locals with like 20 more people.
Yeah. So I don't know if since it's like that for them that maybe they feel more comfortable bringing something more unconventional, or if they really did just believe in the deck.
Maybe they're just really good with the deck,
Dude, maybe like I don't want to take that away from the people who topped with those decks because that's still really cool.
Mhm.
So like there's any number of reasons why they brought the deck that they brought, and any number of circumstances and conditions that let them get to top 8.
My big thing is it's just like with these like 1-ofs and 2-ofs and 3-ofs and these small like tiny like showings of decks, it's like no one should ever be dissuaded to play what they want to play in this game.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I've been on this boat since I've started playing Weiss. It's just like if you enjoy playing something, then like play the heck out of it. Like you can get really good with that thing.
You can get really good. You can get good results. I mean, we kind of showed that that's possible earlier.
We almost showed that it's super possible.
I mean, hey, listen. I know we didn't get a top 8, but I listen. A top 10 is still like
top 10 is pretty good.
Pretty good considering what we were playing at Springfest in Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were cracked out for whatever reason.
Like it's definitely possible to put a pile of 50 cards together.
Now, here's what's super interesting about this ban list. So I had Brandon compiled this data in a few ways. So we had another way we did it was we just took the North American results, which are always going to be the largest events.
Yep.
So I took the North American results, and he showed me that pre-ban for North America, Slime was 22.1% of the meta, which isn't horrible. Post-ban, he showed me that after, they quote-unquote destroyed Slime or something like that, that it is 25% of the meta in top 8s.
I think the biggest one was that pre-ban, Alice was 25% of the meta. Post-ban,
0.
Big old
do
goose
not
egg.
see her.
I mean, that we saw when they did that. We're just like, Alice is either the best players are going to be good with Alice, or
they're
she's
too
down
scared
for
to play her.
Yeah.
I think they're too scared to play her, and I think that's what it is now. I think they just don't want to take the risk of playing the deck.
There's no reason to take the risk.
I mean, when you could play,
you can
Standby
play
Slime.
Yeah.
You can play literally anything else that's around.
I don't know. I still want to see people take the challenge. I want to still see it happen.
I mean, listen. I promise you, people did.
Oh, there definitely was a non-zero amount of Alice.
I promise you,
there.
people did, and unfortunately for them, they just didn't top.
I just love the idea of just take out 2 Alices, throw in 2 money counters, and deck fixed. Deck fixed. And it's one of those things that like we also see the vacuum of HoloLive start to open up a lot more avenues as well.
Oh yeah, all the Alice players that were
so
playing Alice, they went back to their roots.
We went from
back
and
to
this is the entire from the world, like the world results. We go from HoloLive being 15.4% of the meta to HoloLive being 29.2% of the meta.
Yeah, they went back to their roots.
Yeah, now of course
They went back to the roots.
and it's not just one deck.
No, it is.
There-
I've only seen Marines.
There are
We're back to it. We thought we escaped. We're back. We thought we got away. We're like, oh, Gurus here, Chloe Marine.
we're
Kanata
seeing
Marine,
more
Chloe
standby.
Marine,
We're seeing more
Marine,
standby stuff out there.
Marine.
We're seeing more standby stuff out there.
Marine.
So
Yeah, don't forget about those 50-pound babies.
I think that we're
Marine.
oh gosh. I think that HoloLive is going to start, influencing a lot more people to look at the set again. They're building.
You never stopped looking.
Of course, but when Alice existed, why would you go?
They
why
had
would you
the
go
decks
there?
built. That's the problem. They said this is breaking case of emergency.
They had their 4 Marines in the deck box going. All right, just in case
Yeah.
Alice gets banned, we can
They
come
had
back.
they had the Marine deck built. They said break when Alice gets banned. Alice gets banned. They said crack.
Mm-hmm.
Here they come. Here they all come. They start flooding out.
Yeah, I can't wait to start seeing all the Mac Ready HoloLive decks again.
They're back.
Mhm.
That's gonna be fun.
And I think it is a very showing part that just like Weiss has drastically changed.
We are in a better spot.
Yes, as much as I hate the fact that like it's been such a it seems like the ban list didn't really do anything with slime. I'm very happy that Alice is gone.
It did. Here's the way I put it, because like, if any of you watch JP Meta, I know I'm about to bring JP Meta into this, but even though it's vastly different,
How dare you?
Overlord was banned in Japan.
Hey,
I'm taking the fruit snacks.
Oh,
I bought you
Lord.
these. I'm taking them.
damn it. Okay,
Was-
fine.
Overlord was indeed banned in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Overlord still tops in Japan with that ban list.
That is
Same door bar. It's still happening. It's not as often. Essentially, the ban list fixed the main problem.
Mhm.
The main problem is because Shizu
Okay.
was being played.
That's more work for you,
There
probably.
it was the same slime deck. Slime was seeing so many percentages. We are seeing different versions of slime playing the same combos. But now, because that's different, you will see vastly different slime decks, but maybe not. You have to play a little harder.
Yeah.
Same thing with Overlord. You have to play a little harder.
Also, these standby slime decks open the deck up massively to standby hate.
Mm.
So it's like if they do bring in Adachi's or if they do have an anti-change
Adachi?
counter or something like that, it does open up. It does open up the deck to standby hate.
I
Oh my
can't
goodness!
It's instinct. Shut up. It is instinct. Okay, so
I think the worst part is you looked at me. You said it and looked at me, and I couldn't resist.
Oh my goodness!
so
We don't even need to explain.
Explain.
it.
No, explain.
Listen.
No.
No. It's better that it's.
I'm not
there.
explaining that.
Oh no!
I'm not explaining that. No. I'm just trying to say that with the slime ban, it let people get creative with the deck and explore other avenues for them to take slime.
Yeah.
I'm sure plenty of people had these ideas with these specific combos in the past,
Yeah, but why try?
but why try when Shizu Murin was
It's
just
so good.
proven?
You have a tried and true deck that's going to do what it's going to do.
Like it's proven and it's very consistent and it gets you the cards you need and it just worked.
Yeah, and I think So I think that would basically is how we say would really just wrap up our BCS season. We have Worlds coming up.
Listen, one thing I'll say though, shout out to all those Ichika players out there.
Based.
Shout out to them. Because like when we first went into this BCS season,
Jake plays Ichika, right?
I also play Ichika. What do you?
But Jake plays Ichika, right?
He didn't even top. Okay, I'm talking about the people that topped.
Okay.
I'm talking about the people that topped.
All
Hello?
Wow, Jake, just actual slander.
You are literally the reason I didn't go to Atlanta, Brandon.
Yeah.
You are literally
So-
the reason
This
I
isn't.
didn't go to Atlanta.
This isn't about me. This is not about me.
So at the beginning of the BCS season, I'm sure most people didn't expect Ichika to get any, if any, tops at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the first BCS happens.
I mean, we always believed.
Well, listen, there's always a part of me that's like,
This is just his way of saying, "That's my girl."
That's
just
my
all
girl.
That's all he
Listen.
wants to say.
Listen, number one. That's why she's number one, baby.
Unbelievable.
That's why she's number one. And
Yeah,
then,
that wraps up our BCS season, and
BCS is in the books.
we have Worlds coming up. Spy Family's coming out. World is coming out.
Yeah, but then Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man will not be at Worlds though.
It doesn't matter. We're gonna get Chainsaw
so
Man soon.
we're not talking about Chainsaw Man.
Oh.
So with our year winding down, we've almost done this for a whole year.
I actually can't believe it.
But anyway, with the new year coming, what is our holiday wish list for what Weiss is going to bring?
Oh my god! Like an actual what sets we want to come out at
What
some
sets
point.
we want? What do we want Bussy to do?
We'll see. I don't know, man. Jake's gonna have to do so much editing after this.
You
Why is that?
you already know what I have wanted for years from Bushy Road.
yeah, he wants Slime 4.
Listen, if what you told me about Slime Season 3 is true, then I don't even have to want that. I know it's coming
That's
out.
true.
Fair
No,
enough.
Jake, the real reason is you can get Slime 4 since Alejandro called the Legendary Quince 3.
This is fair. This is very fair. No, I want Rent a Girlfriend set 2.
Okay.
Well,
Everett.
it's nice to want.
I know.
Wow. All right. Total
So-
denial.
So what's on your Weiss wish list,
What's on your
Alejandro?
Weiss list?
All
for
right,
next year.
all right. So, all right, we already have like the swimsuit Hololive set coming out.
That is true. We
So
do have
I don't
Swimsuit
need
Hololive
I don't
coming
need
out
a
in-
wish for another Hololive set. until next
We'll
year.
get one. We'll get one
Until 2025.
We'll
Yeah.
get one every year for Expo. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll get one every year. It's fine.
Or at least promos.
Listen. Okay, so we have Legendary Quince 3, but I'm gonna hope for Omega Quince 4.
Okay.
Okay.
all right.
Omega Quince 4.
Omega Quince
Not
4.
legendary. Omega.
Omega Quince 4.
We're moving up. Yep.
But if I'll be real here, I want Blue Archive.
Okay.
You've been wanting that for so long.
But
Archive would
here's
be
the
very
thing.
cool.
Here's the thing. Like I think at this point, it's a matter of when.
It's got to happen, right?
So it's much bigger now than it
Yeah.
was like
Bushiroad has
when
the
it first
rights.
came out. Yeah, I mean they've done
Bushiroad has the
two.
rights.
They've done 2 Rebirth sets.
It's bound to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
We're just
Um,
waiting for Japan to say, hey, by the way, Blue Archive.
Yeah.
I mean, and then also, I'll probably say like Azure Lane 2.
Second
that's
Azure Lane
bold.
set would be
That
cool.
That's bold.
I
That'd
think
be
it's
cool.
possible. I mean, there's still plenty that they can do.
Get an
Mhm.
extra booster.
Or extra booster.
Mm,
All right, Brandon, Weiss wish list.
That's gonna be so hard because
Oh, I get it because basically all of his sets are bad and they're English.
Listen, you can wish for bad sets.
Guilty
like-
Gear 2.
first of all, ouch, that hurt. No, because I'm just saying. So
Korra.
we're already confirmed. Just to catch people up, we're already confirmed to get Ruby
The extra
He
booster.
doesn't,
extra
even, he doesn't
boosters
even
are-
play Ruby.
Yeah.
So I don't know
I
why
still
he's
have
talking-
this guy.
I still have a playset.
So anyway.
It's fine. I personally would love to get Avatar Set 2, but this one being Korra. That's just me personally.
What if they did the light the mangas?
Oh, they.
Oh, here
that
we
is
go. Here
awesome.
we go.
What if they did the mangas?
Okay,
Mob
the thing
2.
is, that would just open up too many things. That would open up way.
Bob
Just
too.
okay. Hold on. First of all,
He's cooking. He is
he is cooking.
He's cooking.
Man, Alejandro's out here just all right. What?
He's living his best life.
True.
Not really, but
Listen, I'm just saying that if we got 7 Deadly 2 already, we are getting Ruby. It's very possible to get either Avatar 2 or even Mob Psycho 2. That's been so long.
Adventure Time 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it was like, there's a
Adventure
really
Time
good
2?
English.
Family
set.
Guy Weiss.
Family Guy was.
Alright,
Family Guy Weiss.
Rick and Morty?
Oh, Rick and Morty
Adventure
Weiss.
Time 2 would
Oh
be
my
really cool.
God.
No Justin Roiland signatures, fortunately.
No Justin Roiland
Thankfully.
signatures.
Thankfully.
Yikers.
No, I would enjoy Adventure Time 2 though.
I would too.
that would
Be a
cool.
really cool set.
I really would like that set to get.
What
more.
about a flapjack set?
Flapjack.
No.
Why?
the
Of
That would
all
be
the,
cursed.
yeah,
The
honestly,
zoomed in
why-
faces
of
No,
Flapjack.
see,
Okay.
no,
Very
why stop
cursed.
there? We can have our own like Disney 100 where it just be all Cartoon Network. at
That'd be
point.
really cool. I'd want a Chowder SP.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
Oh God. All right.
You know there'd have to be a climax named "You Take the Moon and You Take the Sun," right?
Yeah.
No, there has to be a climax of 2 nickels.
That's true.
That one's from
Um,
Blackjack.
I mean, for my list, I would definitely want some for once to get a Love Life set in English.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's not gonna happen,
All right.
so-
well,
Yeah,
all
again,
right, well.
again, nice
All
to
right,
want.
delusional.
Nice to want,
You
nice
are
to want.
allowed-
you are allowed
I
to
can
one.
I can one. D-side coming to English would be really fun.
I don't
I
want
would-
unrestricted D-side in
That-
English.
But you never know what it could do.
I
know,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what it can do.
I'd really
Jason.
enjoy playing that. Oshinoko coming to English. It
There's
has
no
not
shot
gotten.
Listen, the fact that it hasn't been announced
It
yet
hasn't
is
been announced.
kinda,
It's-
it's
that
kind of
is
wild. It's kind of wild.
That is insane.
'Cause, like,
Rico
I feel like
got
that's a-
announced faster than Oshinoko did. Didn't it?
I feel like Oshinoko is like it should be just a shoe
Mhm.
in that
Mhm.
English
Most
would
people
get
would
it
think so,
considering
but-
So,
considering that it was so popular when it first started airing.
Bochi's confirmed for English. We just don't have a date, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Jackie's confirmed.
So
English,
I
Bochi's
imagine
confirmed.
it's some sort of music licensing
maybe
that
or
they're trying to get.
maybe they're
for
just
it.
not trying to push it into.
Or maybe
English
they want
just
it.
yet.
Maybe they want it for like quarter 3 when it's
Maybe.
a slow quarter or
Maybe.
something like that.
And of course, another Kaguya set being released would be very, very grateful this year
Well, for like the movie.
for the movie.
For the movie.
I feel like I feel like that's possible.
would
That's
be
a
very
very
nice.
realistic one.
Yeah.
That's actually a
Um,
realistic one. Thank
And
you, Jason.
if they don't want to give me another set, can you at least give me an unban of my cards?
Nah.
No. Not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, none.
You don't get that.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe some unbans of in general would be cool. Like we already got one. Maybe some more.
That's true. I mean, I know.
Shake it up.
Unrestrict Kurumi.
I was about to say.
He's
Unrestrict
saying
Quince.
unrestrict Kermie. He won't even play Data Live.
Absolutely.
This
not.
is true. I won't.
Actually, wait. No.
He says unrestricted until he sits across the table from it.
I play like 3 decks. Like, what do you expect from me?
Also true. No. So okay, you say unrestricted Kurumi. You know that's just gonna completely unfetter Rodney at this point because then he will play that deck.
I don't
still
care.
I still have his Kermies. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, then that's fine. Then.
I don't really care. Like, I
I
don't care. You can make
mean,
Kurumi's
I do wish we
$60
had
a
some
game.
better licensing things so we could get like Project Sakai.
Oh,
out here.
good
too.
luck.
Good luck. Yeah.
But like just license, like there are certain sets we just don't get because of like certain licensing things. That's why I think Love Live hasn't come in also.
Rest in peace, JoJo's.
JoJo's.
Oh my gosh, the part
Jo-
3s and part
JoJo's-
6
JoJo's-
boosters would be so pretty.
JoJo's
It'd be
not
so
gonna be
nice to
out.
have those, but it's just never. We don't think it's gonna
Like just
happen.
like certain sets, like I know it's hard to get. Like Sinful Gear's probably hard to get over here.
Mm-hmm.
So I do wish we would get more. I actually also hope that like we start releasing more sets a month. Like
I
don't know about that.
So I would like to see, a more diverse project like of Weiss stuff coming out, but I don't think increasing the amount of sets coming out a month is the way to deal with it.
I think we should still go to 2.
I think
liked it
there
when it
should
was
be
2.
more collaboration sets like Dengeki, things like that, where you can appeal to more than one IP.
There's a couple in Japan. There's a reason why they're not out.
But
Okay, shush you.
Sneaker Bunko.
Nope, completely different-
Key Annie.
Nope, completely different reason.
but like
No, Key Annie not being here. That has nothing to do with like the way the cards look.
but like there has been, and this has been from more than a few people, there has been a lot of people complaining about the state of the game, where it's just like Weiss doesn't feel like it's growing. Now if you look at the
actual tournament
the
results.
tournament reports of the amount of people, a lot of them have shown growth. Some of them showed slight backslides, if not equivocal numbers to what they were.
Mm-hmm.
The one that stands out to me is California, though.
I mean, that one kind of
California
figures...
had like 190 people last year or something like that.
And it went up another 100.
And so now we had 200 plus, which is huge for the game. The fact that one event went to almost 300 was being considered for groups is immense.
I love to play in a day of groups.
I would play in a day of groups. I don't know how happy I would be.
You wouldn't be happy regardless of whether you're playing in groups or not.
This is fair. This is very
You would
fair.
be playing in a 10-person event and be like, why am I playing this game?
Guys, football's on.
Oh my god.
This is why I like Springfest so much, because I don't have to worry about football being on.
Yeah. And well, that's also because you get to play like Rent a Girlfriend
Yeah.
instead of you playing Slime.
Listen, Jake's gonna get his run back in Springfest 2024.
Great.
Let's go.
I'm picking his deck. What are you talking about?
By the way, it's confirmed. Springfest 2024 is confirmed.
Through the means of Shadowverse.
Vanguard.
Oh, and Vanguard.
And Vanguard.
Yeah,
Well, like
so-
Vanguard is like how we found out about it.
Okay. And Shadowverse was just there to be like, yeah, by the way,
Well,
we're
yeah,
there
we
too.
found out that Shadowverse would be a part of that
Yeah.
circuit.
So we will see, I guess, more people coming out to these events, which is
Ho-
cool.
Hopefully,
Because
yeah.
there's some people who just play Shadowverse.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I'm hoping that just Bushiroad as a card game like company can try to help rejuvenate their organized play, the reasons to go out to a game store and play, maybe slightly larger but smaller than level 2 Weiss events, i.e. Springfests and BCSs.
Getting product.
Yeah, like
Big thing.
Yeah,
Promos.
I don't know if we
Promos.
want to talk about that right now.
Promos huge, yeah. And listen, this can be an entirely different stock pot on that.
Absolutely.
Just because like I want more tournaments outside of just BCS and
Mhm.
BSF.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because why am I playing Weiss for 3 months, for 3 month intervals out of the year, when I could be playing Weiss all year round, and there's more of a tournament series.
Who
out
are
there.
you? Who are you?
Regardless
Jake,
of
I
what
know
Jake
would never
says,
say that.
he's a liar, and whatever he says, just ignore him. Regardless, I do agree. I do wish Weiss can, I wish we had better organized play. I wish we had. It's hard because you don't get the promos you want. If you don't get the promos, people don't want to play. Like these foil packs we get. Like I want foil Kaguya promos. Where am I gonna get them from? It's
One out of like 19 Weiss game stores get them.
$50
Exactly,
on
yeah.
TCG players got me can get me one foil card. Thank you, scalpers.
Some people
Yeah.
just like go out immediately and sell them too.
People want those Azure Lane OFR foils.
Yep.
Do those even exist?
They do.
I don't believe that.
Listen, I feel like they got to do something, considering that on like unrelated, like the Vanguard side, they have like other tournaments. Like they have something called Vanguard Day that they're planning every month starting in May, and it's supposed to be like a tournament, where it's, of course, it's not going to be as big as like Springfest or BCS, but like there's there's a playmat as a prize, right? I mean, which is better than nothing. It gives people something to play for.
You have a point of
Yeah.
pride. Like,
Yeah, you
at the
get
end of the event.
it gives something people to play for, and I think Weiss would benefit from something like that as well.
Maybe a Weiss simulator.
That'd be wild.
That'd
That'd be insane.
Yeah, that'd be actually.
I would love for
Bushy-
someone.
That's
to
like a
develop,
miracle.
like an online client for the game that simulates like the effects of
And
cards.
like it's like updated like regularly.
yeah, that'd be wild.
Because I mean, we enjoyed playing Deer Days when it came out for Vanguard.
Yeah.
Like just having something that we don't have to like manually do everything for.
Yeah.
A shame about the price point, but yeah.
Yeah,
it's
I mean, it
fun.
was very enjoyable, and I mean, if they could just come out with an online client, I don't care if I have to spend like $10 or something for it, and they'll like update it.
I would
actively.
probably spend up to like $30 on it.
Yeah, I would do it, but like if we get something like that, like it just make it because like we all can't always get together, and
Mhm,
sometimes
yeah.
you want to try things without before making your investment. Sometimes like you don't want to spend $150 on like a play set, and then because you're like, oh Pete, this looks cool, I want to try this, and then you do it, and it just sits around and you don't really
like,
use it.
The worst part is like, when like you buy like the 50 card deck specifically. If you buy like the 50 card deck and then you get told, hey, by the way, you need these 2 tech pieces. And also the level 0 package just
Mhm.
changed up, and then you go, all right, I got to go on TCG. Why is this level 0 $9?
Yeah.
I have to buy them.
Any poor soul trying to play Aeroforta
Yeah.
that
Really?
just wanted to play the deck. Your Hajimes
Mhm.
were $18.
Huh?
You play it as a playset. Your brainstormers were $10.
Could
It's
not
just,
be me.
like-
What would be really nice is like you get to like play older sets that you wouldn't get to
That's
play.
also true.
Like,
Like Nisekoi.
Nisekoi, ReZero, or anything
ReZero.
like that. Like things that are
GGO.
Things I have.
GGO.
GGO.
Konosuba.
Things that are just like
Konosuba.
so out of print that like in
Fate.
2023 that you just can't get a hold of.
Yeah, Fate's a big one.
Listen, I've actually had to look at the price points for a lot of different cards. Jesus.
Fate is one of them.
Fate is a
Apocrypha. Even if you
insane
just want to
set.
mess around with Apocrypha, like you still can't buy Mordred's. There's
Prisma Ilya. You cannot find ever.
Prisma
anywhere.
Ilias.
Period.
Still
And the thing is,
$30.
All right,
sets
so
are
is
not
our actual Weiss wish list, just reprints?
I
God,
do wish more reprints came out.
I listen, listeners. I need you to understand. I need Fate reprints so
But, like-
freaking bad.
But like reprints in a way where like they say it and it actually comes out.
Yeah.
Not we're gonna reprint it. But also
One day.
I also want them like I wish they
Here's a
would
trial deck.
wish they would my thing is I wish they would reprint it but with like updated pull rates. For example, like
Oh my
if
god.
you got the Bunny Girl one, you got like 2 SP still.
Oh gosh.
Can you imagine spending the $1,000 on a case to pull 2 Bunny Girl SPs and not the secret
with no signatures?
and less foils?
Oh, was that? Oh,
Yes.
Bunny
oh
Girl
my
did not have signatures
God,
in
that
the
sounds
case.
awful.
Yeah, when
the
they
reprint
when
did
they
not have signatures.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
So that's what I
shame.
mean. Like, I think reprints would be nice with updated everything.
So all right. So we know that we are gonna get, in Japan at least, an updated case.
Yeah,
It is going to be 24
that
boxes.
is. We don't know if that's coming to English yet. and
No.
it's only
So that's why I'm saying this.
only for 2 sets right now.
That's why I said in Japan we are getting an updated case.
for Bunny Girl and Card Captor. We don't know if it's hitting any other case yet.
So
Mhm, mhm.
so yeah, because what are they doing? They're taking out like what 2 cards from the pack?
They're taking out 2 commons from the pack.
Yeah.
And they are adding 6 more boxes per case. On top of that, I believe that they're taking out 2 packs per box or something like that.
Yeah, it's like
those-
weird math.
I
The-
think
the
it's either
ratios are
12
ch-
or 16 pack boxes.
The ratios are changing. It means that if you're buying single boxes, it is going to be less likely that you pull any SP.
Yes.
Realistically.
Yeah.
But
Um,
you are going to pull more SRs
Yes.
and or triple rares per case because
Yes.
Which
they're
is
remaining the same 1 per box
truly what
or
people
1 to
care
2
about.
per box.
yes, which that's cool.
That's great. I love that.
You'll
Now
always be able to play with Foil Climax.
now SRs are going to are going to tank now.
Even more.
Yeah, because you're going to have 25% more SRs out there. SPs, we don't know about the rates yet. No one has said anything about the rates. We don't know the cases because no one has opened them.
Yeah.
Because
it's
that's
also
a
hard
next year
because
thing.
they're going to be in extra booster cases.
Yeah.
They're not real sets.
So I kind of like the 24 box break for a case.
You say that you have to open 24 boxes.
Well, that's why I have other people open the boxes.
No,
for
you're
me.
going to do it yourself.
No, I
Uh-huh.
did
Oh,
not.
he's
Not
gonna-
again.
He's going to get sick again, and he's going to have to do it by himself.
I don't want that, please. If I get sick the week Spy Family comes out, I'm gonna be so sad. I'm gonna be like legitimately depressed.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Jake. I'll have to come
I
down here and
agree.
try and bubble.
It's going to be nice. It'll be something. We'll have to wait
Yeah.
to see.
I think
what happens in Japan.
I think a lot of people's like knee-jerk reaction to seeing that is like negative. I think, but
Well,
then once you really like look
Well,
at
the,
it,
the idea was there's going to be more dead boxes out there,
Yeah.
which is an understandable sentiment because some people open until they hit the polls and sell the rest of the boxes,
Mm,
but they
Unfortunately,
usually sell them as dead boxes.
yeah.
Stop referencing my dead boxes in the background, please. And I think that's an understandable sentiment because they're just like, I don't want to be left with dead product.
Sure.
And, sometimes you get left with dead product. But I think, like, in general, it makes the game a lot more affordable on the I want to buy a box end.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's say you're just as a store and you get that. I can't imagine they're raising the cost on boxes. They're lowering the cost on boxes.
Yeah,
because you're getting less stuff.
Yeah, it's for
Yeah.
people like weird people that just go in and go, I'm gonna buy a booster box.
Yeah, but you're
Yeah.
not spending $70 to $80. You're gonna spend $40 to $60 depending on the box.
I
So
love buying boxes.
yeah, Jason, we understand you have a gambling issue with sealed product.
Correct. I do.
Uh,
Which is why I'm really the only one in our group continuing to buy cases because
Because you're insane.
Where are those
Treasure Lane trial decks.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
were those right behind you?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Right behind you?
Just reminding you that they're still there.
Oh, I know. I'm
The
also
Jake-
reminding Jake that they're still there.
The
too.
Yeah.
Jake has not bothered to post them
I have not.
anywhere.
I have not.
Regardless.
Even though he says he will.
Yeah.
But I think that just about wraps everything up. We did see your a comment on the I think the last stock bot that
hmm
was asking about set reviews. So
We can look into that.
I will go ahead and look into that. It may start with we may do something for Guilty Gear, but probably not because our friend George is the one that has it, and it's going to be probably a little past.
Yeah,
Guilty
our,
Gear's
our,
point.
our Guilty Gear case opening, if we do it, is going to get pushed back a little bit.
Yeah. And then Spy Family will probably, if anything, I will definitely try to make a set review for Spy Family. I'm just going to work out how I want to do it because I definitely don't want to make it where it's super, super long.
We're also not limited to new sets. We could flashback.
Like when I buy a case of Kaguya set 2.
Really now?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, I mean, listen. It just sounds like we got some stuff cooking.
we have a
yes.
lot that we want to do. It's just a matter of us doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, right now it's the middle of the holiday season, so like,
Everyone's busy.
Everyone's busy.
Everyone's doing things.
I did just work 7 days.
We were
in a row.
barely able to get everyone here today. It just happened to have everyone had off days or
Yeah, so-
was able to get here after work.
Yeah.
You'll definitely probably hear from us next in January.
Yep.
If I had to take a guess.
I would hope so.
After this video is
Oh,
released.
before we end it, favorite Weiss card of the year.
Favorite Weiss card of the year?
in 2023.
2023?
UA.
So that's the Guilty Gear secret's very up there for me.
Okay.
It is a very nice card.
And it could be for whatever reason, right? It could be playability, what it looks like, anything, right? So you said UA.
So there are a couple ones I had. One of them is definitely UA. I think ever since I've gotten Air it's been my favorite thing to play because it's really funny where the UA goes, you either take 5 or I get cards in stock to hand. And the SR is very, very pretty of that level 1.
Yeah.
And then I would actually say like my best like playing card, like card I'm like, this card has done so much for me. The level 3 Itsuki from the movie set.
from movie set, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Ah.
movie set came out this year.
It did
Yeah,
come out
yeah,
this
yeah.
year.
Yeah, and that it's been a long
And
year.
the fact that we open an SSP, like it's just a very pretty card. It does so much, and I would definitely say it was very, very good to us.
Mm.
Or the Kage Brainstorm.
This is a card
Yeah, of
that I
course.
don't
Yeah.
have yet. It is probably going to be the Oro Crony SSP from Hololive Volume 2.
Yeah.
Really, Jake? You're not gonna. Jake, there is a statue of a card over there that I know.
Brandon, he doesn't like
hasn't
he
played
doesn't
it.
like New Jersey like that.
Oh
I
my
don't know
God.
what Azure Lane is.
That's
I just
actually-
He
have
just
it.
wanted New Jersey because of her big butt.
I can't believe it. This
And
guy.
because of the name.
And because we're in New Jersey.
No, because he's got a fat donkey.
I can't believe you just looked me straight in the eye.
Oh my goodness. I'm
You're-
surprised that a Kaguya card wasn't on there for you.
Kage Brainstormer would be there.
Because
Also,
Volume 2 came out this year.
Well, Kage
That's
Brainstormer is also one of my favorite cards.
that's like his
Wait.
number 3.
That is number 3. Like I will say, like
Yeah, I'm going to say the Oro Crony SSP from Hololive Volume 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Brendan,
man.
what about you?
Okay, it's it's honestly a toss up between two cards.
Yeah.
One is the Momo Brainstormer because I freaking love that card.
The,
Oh,
the
SR?
what? The
SR?
Momo Brainstormer?
Not Brainstormer. Sorry, the
The climax.
the
Swapper.
Climax Swapper. Excuse me.
What Momo Brainstormer?
No, shh.
Absolutely wild.
He has he's a
absolutely
card we
wild.
don't know about.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Shh, keep it on down low.
The 101st card in Avatar, right?
Exactly. No, the Momo Climax Swapper, where it just shuffle back two cards because it helps you with your ideally your Aang finisher turn.
And then
Climax swaps. And then damage gives you extra soul. I love that card. It's my boy.
Okay.
And then the Meliodas Goober Squad. The Meliodas.
Oh, the Goobers!
love
Those
that card
That
so-
card's great.
That didn't come out in 2023.
That it did.
That was December.
Oh god, it's
It was
That
close.
didn't come out in 2023.
That was December,
oh,
buddy.
listen.
That's not 2023.
Got
It
him.
came out in December, man. Come on,
That's
guys.
not
Got him.
2023.
December.
Damn.
Okay,
all right,
fine.
Brandon's disqualified.
Yeah,
Damn.
well,
No, so it's Momo.
Yeah, so it's Momo,
That,
100%.
he did remind me
Momo
of the
card of
plus
the
one
year.
soul. That Itsuki.
Oh my
Swimsuit
goodness.
Itsuki, the quintuplicate.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Quintuplicate
it.
trade.
Quintuplicate Itsuki.
So I was gonna say for my number one, it was gonna be quintuplicate trade.
Ichika Nakano?
Ichika Nakano, yeah.
Oh, the grab a climax.
Just pitch one, grab a climax, look at top card if it's
And whiff.
You just whiff.
Look at top
Hey,
card. It
don't talk about me like that, please. Please.
It'd either be
Get called
that.
out.
It'd either be that or like the event,
Mm-hmm.
because it feels really good to just grab a 3 and be like, okay, goodbye.
Yeah. I will.
Either that.
I mean, both good choices.
They're both good. And then if I was to pick like,
Did they?
yeah,
Wow.
No.
damn it.
Get him out of here.
If not those, it would probably be like, it'd probably be something like Ina from Hololive 2.
Oh.
Ina and Tacho
Tacho
Graham,
Graham, yeah.
SSP.
Because
Climax swap with the soul sign.
one, that card is real pretty, and two, it does
Broken.
it does a lot for it does a lot
card's
for
broken.
Hololive.
Climax swap on a soul sign. Yeah. I think that would probably that would be our top cards. I would say for 2023. We talk about all time. It's like a no doubter for like some of us. I feel like if we were to talk about all time,
That can be a very different topic.
Yeah,
That can be a very different
I
topic.
mean it could be a fun one.
Yeah,
Since while we're waiting for Springfest.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
stuff.
listen. The only reason why I mentioned it because he talked about Kage. My favorite Weiss card of all time will always be that 3/2.
The 3/2 from set 1.
That 3/2 from set 1 will forever be my top. Would be my top Weiss card.
Yeah, but I think that about wraps it up for this episode.
I
So,
agree.
Everyone, thank you for watching this. We hope you've enjoyed it. We definitely have been. It's been a very long but fun year. And hopefully 2024 will bring us some cool new content, some new things to do, more people to talk to hopefully meet up at events or something.
Yeah,
Who knows?
maybe one of us or a group of us can top this at some point this year.
That is my wish list of 2024 is to make it to Worlds.
Well, so next year we'll do resolutions.
New
Yes,
Year's resolutions.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep.
next year we'll do resolutions.
Okay, that sounds
All
good to me.
Jake's New Year's resolution is to stop checking Climax on Shizu.
Never gonna happen.
Well, he's not playing Shizu.
I'm not playing Cheesy anymore.
Yes, he's done it.
Let's go.
All right, everyone. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe, and check out the channel for more content in the future. Peace.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Season's greetings. Thanks for watching another episode of the Stockpot. It's been a fantastic year, and we look forward to bringing you all sorts of content in the new year. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment what kind of content you want to see next year. Once again, thanks for watching. We hope you had a fantastic holiday season and have a happy new year.